All right, guys, so we have a very big problem. Now, I want you people to understand that the construction world is not a common place for women, especially in Africa. There are not so many women in this industry. There are very few, okay? Now, for me as a woman, when I find women in this industry, I'm very excited and happy about it. And when I find out a woman in this construction world is having a problem, I am going to address it. So this is Mukono, right? The Honorable Namboze, you know, she's the MP. She's the MP of this particular district, and she lives not far from here. So I'm very, very sure if she sees this video, she'll be able to identify the business on spot. So if anybody knows any of her handles, please try to tag her, because I want her to see this video. I want her to help this lady, because as women, I'm sorry, man, but as women, especially African women in Africa, we don't have a lot of support. And that's the truth, whether we believe it, whether we want to pretend about it or not. We don't have a lot of support, okay? So this lady started a business where she makes timber, construction timber. It's all legal. She has the paper, she has everything, okay? So this business, I saw it start, at least back in the day, and I remember exactly how it used to look. When I was supporting this business, when I was making my concrete blocks, it was not this big, and that was a year ago. So I know for a fact that she has put in a lot of work, and for someone to come and demean her hard work and just limit it to a man is very disrespectful. So she has employed, or she's currently employing, over 40 people. Do you have any idea how many people those are? Now, she started as of recently to make her own wood. So she bought a saw, you can see it there. Okay, she bought a saw, which meant she went ahead to employ more people to do this particular job, right? So she cuts her own wood and then sells it, and even gives to people on wholesale. She has a clientele so big that it would shock you. Now, I'm not saying women can't do it. I'm just saying in Africa, to find a woman doing so good, so well in the construction world, it means she has put in the work. Okay? Now, after employing all these people, right? Somebody has been working against her, right? One single citizen, actually one single resident of the area. This place is so big, it has so many people staying here and sleeping here, right? But a person, I don't understand if I can use a tape measure to measure the distance between where she cuts her wood from and where the person complaining sleeps. But if you look at me right now and you look in my camera, I'm gonna zoom in the distance. That far, literally that far. Now look at how far that is. It's really, really far. That person is complaining and trying to get her shut down, right? Trying to get her shut down, claiming that they have a noise problem, of which she doesn't cut this stuff at night, she cuts them during day, which is working hours. This person is complaining that the husks that's falling off the wood while they cut it are reaching his house, okay? They organized a meeting in the village, invited certain town clerks, except one who seems to have a very big problem with her, you know? I need you to understand, I'm not making accusations, I'm simply stating facts, right? So when this guy shows up, one of them, they arranged a village meeting, which means every resident within a mile of any noise came to the meeting. And everyone said, we want her to stay because most of them claim that before she set up shop, this place was a dead-end zone. There was no business, but she came and brought in more clients for them. So they're very happy to have her here. You understand? And the meeting was adjourned with only one resident, and we're talking one resident who has an issue. So she even took initiative to go and talk to this person and see what can we do. She offered to build around the place where she's cutting her wood from so that the husks do not go anywhere other than where she's working from. But no, this guy didn't want none of that. They offered to choose days where she would cut or split her wood. For example, if I cut 3 days a week, is that convenient? Would you mind choosing which days you want? That's still a problem. You understand? So Honorable Namboze is not in the country currently, but I know she has a smartphone. Look, what I'm telling you is the politics in this country is crazy, but at least I know she can help this lady. What we need is to understand what this person's problem is, because the person doesn't seem to be in position to explain what his problem is, what he wants, but he's very much willing to watch this lady close the business she has been building for over 10 years. Go to shit. Is this what Africans have become? Is this what black people have resorted to? So we are very much willing to destroy someone's business. Someone who has built, you don't even know where this person got their first capital from. You don't know how hard people work. But you are very much willing to have, there is families of people that's been employed to cut the wood. They don't even have food to eat. That's calling her every day, telling her, when are we going back to work? Because they've been shut down. It's coming to a month. You know, they went to one of the town clerk's office, and her sister were practically pushed out, like literally, because he didn't want to listen. Why? Because she went to the wrong office first. So he probably feels disrespected. Is this what black people have resorted to? So we are so happy to shut down and destroy one business. So for everyone we don't like, we're going to destroy. This is exactly why Africa is not moving fast. Because we don't wish each other well. We wake up in the morning just to destroy each other. You know, it's not just her. There's a lot of people out there who are going through these things. She has reached out several times. She even called this particular town clerk, and he's not even picking up his calls, especially if he knows they're coming from her. Is this the world we want to live in? Is this the world we want to bring so many African Americans that's stuck out there back to? Is this the world we want to preach? I mean, what do we want to show people? People come down here and all they experience is the bad. Where is the good? How can we help her? You know, I know you want to see the prices of wood, but I want to help her first. Do you understand that? We need to do something about this, because I'm sorry, I don't want her to close just because she's too frustrated and she's tried everything. You know, when you don't have the numbers or enough politicians in your pocket, a lot of things can't work out for you. You know, but this is a business that has been built for years. We're talking years. We need to do something. I'm sorry, but anyone who can tag, because I want to hear what she has to say. I'm not one to post politics here, but I want Honorable Namboze to come out and do something about her people. Because when you are the member of parliament in a particular district, you're responsible for everyone who has or holds a political position in your district. We need these people to get back to work. You know, the youth that's very unemployed. So many people out here don't have jobs. Do you know what it means for someone to find a job in this country? I know for a fact, because it's fucking hard. I'm sorry for cursing, it's hard. We need to do something about it. So that's it. I will attach her number here, and you come and support her regardless, but we're gonna keep supporting her. So in the next segment, I'm gonna give you the different prices of wood. You know, all this is eucalyptus. These are eucalyptus trees, and for people that worry about nature, eucalyptus is mostly built for business because the construction world needs it. No harm has come to trees because with eucalyptus, you cut and plant immediately or even before, and they regrow back naturally. Anyway, let's get to the prices, yeah, because that's why you came here. But I hope you can hear me. So this is a plea and a call. We need to get this place to operate again immediately. You understand? We have to get it to operate. You all have to love Africa to the extent that you're willing to fight for it. All this talk and talk, you all just talk. You have zero actions going on. It's talk and talk. I'm sick and tired of people that just talk. It's too much talking. Where is the action? Anyway, man, that's it. That's all I can say. And man, welcome to DOREEN'S African Experiences, yeah? Let's get into the video. Alright, so we are going to start with Chirundu. Chirundu is timber. The reason they call it Chirundu is because of its size and strength. So the type of wood where it's cut from is very strong, so they call it Chirundu in my local language. Actually, wherever you go, they'll just call it Chirundu. So it's all of it is 12 by 1, and it's 8,000 shillings. Okay, as usual, I intend to give you directions. And this is Mukono town. Do you see Mogas petrol station right there? So Mogas petrol station is right after Mukono trading center, or the roundabout that goes to Bulgaria. Remember my directions from the previous video of Total petrol station or Total petrol station. So you just come a bit forward. This place is approximately 10 minutes. Yes, 10 minutes from the roundabout. Okay? And this is what it looks like. We cool? Alright, so I'm going to proceed and continue giving you the prices. So Chirundu, which is all timber. This timber is what you use for holding your concrete together side by side. We use it to sit blocks on it, pavers. We use it for a lot of things. It's 8,000 shillings. That's 12 by 1. Now, okay, these eucalyptus poles they're used in construction. They're very, very, very important. For starters, when you're sitting your house on the floor, you know, I always use that word, but most people ask, what does it mean again? So to sit your house is basically breeding your house plan and putting it on ground. That's what I personally call sitting your house. And for the people that worry if nature has been harmed, nature has not been harmed, because this is a business. People are growing these and selling them. Okay, so you can wake up tomorrow, plant eucalyptus trees, and then harvest them at different stages or different heights and sizes and sell them for a profit. And then you keep planting. Remember, when you harvest eucalyptus, it regrows at least 3 times over. Okay? I have a sharp pain, which is so weird. Anyway, so these poles, right, they can either be from pine, they can be from eucalyptus. There is a bunch of other different types of trees that they plant. I also want to introduce you to a certain unique type of tree that they plant they use it to make guns. Oh god, Please don't attack me on that. This is also a business, whether you believe it or not. You know, guns and stuff like that. So they go for very, very huge amounts of money. Actually, they are more profitable than most of these that you're looking at. Now, these poles, if you notice, they are different sizes, right? And heights. So for starters, they range, their prices, they range from 4,000 shillings to maximum 23,000 shillings here. So depending on which size you're looking for. I know the smallest are going for maybe 4,000, 4,500, 5,000. So it's really up to what you need. What you need is what determines how much you're going to have to spend. Okay? But that's the range. From 4,000 shillings. Wait. Poles? Yes, I'm correct. From 4,000 shillings to 23,000 shillings maximum. So when you come, you should know which size you're looking for. By the way, for everything you're trying to do, it requires a different size of poles. When you're sitting your house on the ground, from your house plan, this size is okay. This small size is fine. When you're making ladders, you need medium size. When you're trying to break them into pieces to use them for concrete, the medium size is fine. When you're trying to build something big like this, you need the big size kind of poles to hold it. See? Now like that. That's a big pole. So for everything you're trying to do, it requires a specific size of pole. Make sense? So we're gonna look at, the gentleman is helping me pick out different, one of each, so that we show you how it looks and how much it costs right now. So yeah, let's wait for him and then we get the prices. I can already see the 6x2s, and in this place you get everything you need from different heights and their prices. So brace yourselves, you're gonna live your best timber life today. Guys, so this is done. He has offered to help me lift these because they're heavy. The last video we did of me lifting timber, well, let's just say it stressed me out. Now, so we're gonna start with 3x2. Locally, most people call it BULITI. So 3x2 has different feet. We have 12 feet, 10 feet, and 13 feet, right? You see how long it can be. Now, if you look at the diameter in here, it's thick, but it's not too thick. But this is a perfect 3x2. Now, 3x2, if you go to buy it and it's 12 feet, or at least if you come here, it's gonna cost you 6,000 shillings. And if you want 10 feet, it's gonna cost you 4,000 shillings. And if you want 13 feet, it's gonna cost you 7,000 shillings. And that is 3x2. So BULITI, now you know what it costs, right? 6,000 for 12 foot, 4,000 for 10 foot, and 7,000 for 13 foot. All feet, really. English is not my first language, but you get the point. So we're gonna move on to 4x2. I hope wherever you are, you're cheering for Dan, because this is not an easy job. So 4x2. Now this is what most people call BULITI. BULITI, all these from 3x2, 4x2, 6x2, 4x3, all of this is BULITI. we mostly use them in roofing, and each of them has a purpose. I made a video on this. Please slop down to my older videos. You're going to see a video that says how to choose roofing timber. Okay, and this video is going to explain to you what each of these does. Now, so this is 4x2. It comes from down all the way up, and in diameter, look at that. If you compare, it's way thicker than that. Some could argue it's almost as thick as, wow, it's probably the thickest. Yes, this is thick. I like this. So you get the difference. Now 4x2, 12 foot of 4x2 costs 7,000 shillings. 10 foot or feet of 4x2 costs 5,000 shillings, and then 13 feet of 4x2 cost 9,000 shillings. Locally, this is what you all call nyabidi. Nyabidi is 4x2. So that's the prices. 7,000 for 12 foot, 5,000 for 10 foot, and 9,000 for 13 foot. So we proceed to 6x2. See, that thing is heavy. Last when I held it, it almost threw me down. Do you see the thickness? It's very wide. It's possibly the widest. It's very wide, and I think this is what they put on the floor of the roof, or the rooftop. But anyway, this is not why we're here. We're here for prices, and I already told you how or what these do. See the thickness? It's similar to the thickness of 4x2, but I don't think it's that thick. I think it's similar to 4x3, but yes, you see the thickness, right? Now for the prices of 6x2, if you want one that's 12 foot, it's 11,000 shillings. If you want one for 10 foot, it's 7,000 shillings. And if you want one for 13 foot, it's 14,000 shillings. Now, I want to make a point. I am one of those people that's traveled a lot in my country. I've seen a lot of people doing something like this. Timber house, what, this and that. But I'm going to be very, very, very frank with you. I don't know anybody who is doing this timber on this level. And don't mistake this. This is expensive. This kind of business, to bring it to this length, you have to have invested mad money. I don't care if you translate it to dollars, pounds, it's mad money. I know, because you could come here to pick over 1,000 pieces and you'll get them. Do you know how much that is? So that's one of the reasons why I believe anyone that's trying to attack this woman, who is a taxpayer, she pays her taxes, she's done a lot for this community, and she continues to do a lot for a lot of people. She's employed so many people. I'm saying we have to do something about this. I'm not going down without a fight, and nobody should, you know. So anyone that can access Honorable Betty numbers, please tag her in this video, because she's a woman, and by the way, she's one of those people that's enabled a lot of women in Mukono particularly to actually get into business. So she represents a lot. I wouldn't be calling out to her if she didn't represent a lot, you know. She has taught a lot of us how to stand up as women. We've learned a lot from her. So I believe, as a fellow woman to another woman, especially in business, for someone that's offered so much, you know, to this community, she has offered so much. So I believe she needs to stand for her. Anyway, let's proceed. So we have 4x3. Now 4x3 is not so different from 6x2, but the difference is in length. You see, this one is not as wide, but this is wide. Do you get that? And this is extremely thick. I think it's the thickest. Now, you want to know what it does? Go back to my video on how to choose roofing timber, and please reflect. I explained that video so well. Now, price wise, excuse me, 4x3 12 foot costs 11,000 shillings, 10 foot costs 7,000 shillings, and 13 foot costs 14,000 shillings. Now, that's in height. When we say feet or foot, they measure in height. How long is it? So the longer, the more expensive. And also, I believe the longer, the less you have to buy. So if you're gonna buy these in 13 foot or 12 foot, it means you're gonna buy slightly less. Okay? The irony. All right, let's give a hand of applause to our dear Dan for helping me carry these. Thank you. See, he's one of the people that's benefited from this place, guys. These are family men, ought to be respected. They work so hard. You know, she works hard. We all work hard, but you have to understand, when you have people that's standing there because of your hard work, it means you're making a difference to Mother Africa. And people like that, we need a lot of them, because I know a lot of people that come down to Africa from wherever they come from, and all they're doing is partying, fucking, drinking. You know, none of them is trying to invest or do anything back home, and that's okay. That's their choice of life. So, but anybody that comes down here and tries to make a difference in other people's lives, tries to employ and do all kinds of good things, now those are people we stand behind and defend and support in all possible ways. At least me, that's what I want. You don't have to want what I want, but I believe we all just have to be decent people and support, you know, support people. All right, so that was DOREEN'S African Experiences. Now subscribe, like, and share. You know the directions. I'll be attaching the contacts. The rain is coming. I tell you, the rain hates me these days. Every day you shoot, that's when it rains. I hate this rain. Anyway, as a farmer, I love the rain. Bakuita nyabo. Bakuita. Oh, akwagala. So yeah, that was DOREEN'S African Experiences. Thank you. Yeah.